Okay. Hey yo, I'm just your average bored bookworm, and this is not at all like any of my other videos. Whoops. I want to take a little break between all the Artemis Fowl videos I did and the next ones I have planned as like a little breather, I guess. But yeah, I decided that instead to just break up this stuff, I was gonna show you how I turned my failed bullet journal into a reading journal. Yay! Now, this journal, I got it a little over a year ago now at Michael's. I did end up saving the sleeve for some reason, so I have that's like it's an artist snuff journal, whatever. Apparently, it's level 2 in artistry or whatever. For some reason, I saved this. Whoop. I'm glad I didn't knock something over. But yeah, I decided to buy it as a bullet journal, and then I realized that I was going about things all the wrong way, and I'll show you in a second. So let's open this up, and it's a blank page. I never actually put anything here. I kind of wanted to, but I didn't. And something I liked about this journal has no table of contents, which I never ended up using. Whoopsie. And here we go to 2020. You can start to see some of the issues I was having. One of them being that I was trying to make things look super fancy when I had no reason to. Whoops. And it gave me a lot of anxiety over actually making my spreads on here because I was like so focused on making them look perfect. And we get empty pages that I've saved for spreads because I just couldn't get them to look perfect. And I think the next page is one of the few things I did actually do, which was this little like number grid, so I could know that whenever I'm planning out a page, I can know how many squirrels I have available. Here, I was actually supposed to be a reading log. I remember that. And it didn't work out. And then it was supposed to be a period tracker and a mood tracker, and I hated this mood tracker in the end because, like, sometimes my mood changes in a day. Sometimes I have an entire day of being sad, and sometimes I have a day where I'm very happy, and then I have one where it's only spent half the day like that. So it's very hard for me to actually keep track of whenever my mood changed. So I hated that. Again, another blank page that I didn't end up filling out because I felt like I had to make things look aesthetically pleasing. And I forgot to make sure that this journal worked for me and what I needed. This was supposed to be for January, and I decided to just put this as COVID. Oh, wait, I'm gonna get demonetized. Oh, wait, I'm not monetized. I can say COVID. And here we go to 2021. Still like less fancy, but kind of fancy. So now it's like the level of fanciness I feel like I like, and then it's not because there's none of the boxes like the other one had. God, these boxes took forever to draw. I didn't have these no cursive thing that gave me so much anxiety because I was like, oh no, I'm gonna write the words wrong. Here I was just like, screw it. Just everything in print. I have some smudging over here, and I was like, whatever. I accidentally wrote 28 here, and I was like, whatever. But I was like, this is for reading, so I don't need to worry about this stuff. It's just for me, for no one else. And here, this is like the only page I kind of made like fancy and aesthetically pleasing. And I did that for myself rather than because it had to look aesthetic. All the stuff I had planned for my bullet journal was always because it had to look aesthetically pleasing. And this one was just like, because I want to. So this is going to be my bookshelf, I do my reading goals. My goal this year is to read 52 books. That's one book a week. Starting off small, I know I can read more than that. I can read a book a day if I wanted to. I'm a very fast reader, but I don't have access to books very easily due to, the global pandemic. And I just don't have money to buy books. I much prefer getting books from the library anyway because I just like reading in libraries. Just I decided to give myself this no reading library card here so I can track how many books I get out of the library because I like going to the library and I would like to spend more time there. And just above my bookshelf is where I'm actually putting my goals. I want to, like the first one was read 52 books, which I'll be drawing in this bookshelf as I read them. And the second one is just read books in Spanish. I'm bilingual. Hey, Mexicana. Right? Right now, guy? Wee. But my reading skills are very lacking as the USA doesn't have the best, I guess, second language programs. Uh, the public schools I went to didn't offer Spanish classes until high school. So I had only a very informal teaching. So my reading skills are a lot lower than my speaking skills, and I want to fix that. So this year I want to read some books in Spanish. Moving on. I have my daily reading in pixels. It's currently blank because I'm still like slightly debating whether or not I want to color code this thing or just want to fill it out. I was thinking of just filling it out because the only thing I would color code this would be maybe the genres I read, but I really don't care about that. Like, I don't want to track the genres, I just want to read what I like. And then there's also how many pages I read, but at the same time, I don't want to force myself to read. Like, if I do color code it by how many pages I read, then I might feel like I have to read more. And that takes the fun out of reading when I feel like I have to. I want to feel like I want to, and I'm doing this for fun. So I think I'm not going to do that. I did miss out on like a good chunk. This will stay blank because I didn't get to read the first few days of the year. Dad kind of caught COVID, and I was too stressed to actually read. We're mostly fine now. He's had a few days without symptoms, and I came out negative, so I'm fine. And this track of my overall reading, each one's broken up into the months. I'll track how many pages I read and then how many books I read. So just remove the zeros since know how many books. So this will show that I read 1 book, 2 books, 3 books. So, and if I go over, I'll just like highlight or something to show that I did more than 1,300 pages that month. And up here, I'm gonna put like my total at the end of the year. And here's like my just like writing out what books I read along with the ratings and my TBR. I don't have any like set way of doing my TBR. I'm just gonna write out books that I want to read, and I'm probably only gonna use half the page and use the other half as part like extension of books I've read because this is not 52. And I know I'm not gonna fill up this entire page of books I want to read because I feel like I'm just gonna stress myself out and feel like I have to read all those books. And again, I don't want to stress myself out. Reading's supposed to be fun for me. That's the whole point of this channel, is just reading for fun and telling you guys what I think about books, or telling you how much I hate a movie based on the book was. Now moving on, this is a blank spread because I'm planning to use that for my best books of 2020, so obviously it's blank. Not 2020, 2021, sorry about that, whoopsie. Obviously 2021 only just started, so there's no way for me to put that. It won't be books specifically coming out in 2021, it's books I read in 2021. So if I realize I really like the book from like 1985 or something, I'll put that there. And here's just like a place for me to put my video ideas and also just like track some subs. Like if I'm reading a book and I get the idea of something, I'll quickly write that down. I do have one idea that's probably going to be the next video I do, is talking about retellings. I read a few books recently that were like fairy tale retellings or Disney retellings, and I'm like, those would be really cool ones just to do like a comparison of the two, show why, not like, comparison isn't a good word I guess because I'm not trying to say one is better than the other, but just showing why this works as a retelling, I guess. That's like one of the ideas I'm going to jot down here. Nobody take that. I'll sue you. Just kidding. I don't have the money to sue. And here we get on to January. I put a little calendar here. So in the off chance I have something incredibly important that I have coming up, I'll just mark it here. Something small. There's no like fireworks up top. Nothing fancy. And then after that is where I'll be tracking how much I've read in the month itself. I need to update this because I read last night and I did not fill this out. So I have to make sure I do that. And over here I'm going to write down in the end what books I ended up reading that month. Maybe which books I decide to stop reading. Say I stop reading something and I end up hating it, I write down the I DNF'd it just so I don't like forget whatever happened there and not be like, oh wait, I stopped reading that because I didn't like it and I don't feel like I have to continue it. I think I might also do like a monthly TBR up there, just because I know this is like way too much space for just writing down which books I read. And my monthly TBR will differ from my overall TBR because I do plan on rereading some books this year because I do have some video ideas that involve me rereading a bunch of books I already own. There's one that involves me rereading 12 books. Yay. But I actually really enjoy these books, so it is a genuine yay. But I don't feel like I should put that in my TBR because I've read these in the past. So I think I'll save those for like monthly TBRs versus the overall yearly. And then after that, it's blank. Whoopsie. Any page after this would just be used for spreads. If I like a book enough, I'll write a spread of my ideas and I'll probably use that for my videos in the future. Yeah. I really like how this turned out. As you can see, I've actually like filled in. The only blank pages is my best books of 2021, unlike 2020, which is just so much blank, so much unfinished. And I really learned from that, just do things just for the aesthetic. Do things for yourself. But if doing things for yourself includes doing the aesthetic, then go for the aesthetic. If anybody's wondering, the stuff I used for the journal, like any of the marker stuff is probably a Tombow. Got these guys. I mostly have neutrals because I got these a while ago when I wanted to just do a lot of lined work. I like to draw a lot, and I ended up like not using them as much, so I'm glad I have an excuse to use them. Lots of neutrals. I think I have one more. Here it is. Yeah, this is a bunch of Tombow. These pens are fantastic. They don't bleed at all. I've tried layering them and they don't bleed. There's a little bit of ghosting on the darker ones, but that's pretty much it. Other than that, I also use some Pinot G2s. They're great. I prefer the 05 versus the 07 just because the 05's finer point. But if you want to do something thicker, go with the 07. Then I also have this little Jenny roll. It's a shiny silver one. This one is like surprisingly old. I've had this since like I think elementary school, and I'm 22 years old now. But somehow it still works, even though I've been told that Jenny rolls usually don't last that long. I don't know how, but it does. I've also used a bunch of nib pens. I have this brown one, burgundy, and this purple one that has a black cap because I switched it with the black one, and then I lost my black pen. I like to sometimes mix and match the caps when I have all of the same type, and it bit me in the butt this time because I lost one. And then there's this one. That's a thicker one, an 05. I don't use this one as much because it is thicker. I prefer to use my microns for lining. I had a 05 2 along with this one, not just the 01 and the 03, but I don't know what my 05 is. And then, like, to do my sketching, I just use a mechanical pencil. For eraser, I use this nail guy. It's a magic rub. And the best thing of all, the ruiner. Spider-Man. I don't know where I got this, but yeah, it's a surprisingly good ruiner because it has this like, I don't know if I can even show it. It's like slightly tapered top, which makes it really great when I'm pulling away from stuff so it doesn't smudge. Oh my god. That was something that was driving me crazy when I was trying to do the bullet journal, was I kept smudging my lines. And this thing, a freaking Spider-Man ruiner, is so amazing. That's pretty much all I use. I also use this little guy over here. It's a grid notebook, which I would do doodles in. But I also do some of my planning in there when I want to like sketch out how I think things should look. But yeah, that's all the stuff I used. I hope you feel like this was a nice little breather between some of my stuff. It's not me rambling about how much I hate something, just rambling about how I'm really excited to like start this off. I feel like this will really make me continue on reading because I feel like I have to now. I spent money on this. Actually, I didn't spend too much money, and it was last year's money. I'm repurposing something. I want to cover this in stickers and maybe get some Posca pens and draw it, but for now, just I'm keeping it very simple because I don't want to overdo it. I don't want to burn myself out and feel like I'm forced to make things look aesthetically pleasing. Like, I don't post pictures of this. I don't have an Instagram for this kind of stuff. I don't know why I felt the need to do my bullet journal like that, and it ended up causing me not to continue on with it. But I was able to actually make my spreads for the reading journal, which is a good sign, and I'm hoping to continue on. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay safe, wear a mask, be healthy. Bye bye. Boing.